Yo, what is happening, gamers? Welcome to Gameplay, the esports show that keeps you in the know of all things high school and university esports. My name is Collins Manyame, aka Scar in the esports streets, and today we're covering some Fortnite from the AGC event. And if you don't know, Fortnite's actually one of the games that inspired me to get into esports, so I'm really excited to get into this episode. But without any further ado, let's get right into it. So jumping right into things, as I said, this is an event I'm really excited about and getting to talk more on. And going into the AGC event, I had a chat with pro player Psycho from Monarch Realm, getting his thoughts and feelings going into the AGC event as an open participant. Let's see what he had to say. What's happening, folks? I'm here with one of the attendees and competitors at the AGC event, introducing Luke Vidoljak, aka Psycho, pro player for Monarch Realm. How are we doing today, good sir?
I'm good, and yourself?
I am fantastic. So how are we feeling today? I mean, you're at AGC, you're not really new to the LAN experience, but how are you feeling today going into today's event and for the weekend?
I must say I'm fairly confident. Obviously, like you said, this is not my first LAN. I think 6 or 8 LAN in the Fortnite scene. So I must say I really like the venue. I must give credits to ACGL and all the sponsors for a great setup, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Fantastic. And you said it's not really your first LAN. A lot of these schools that are here, for them it's their first LAN. So what are your thoughts on the growth that has kind of come within the high school space and seeing a lot of these kids kind of getting to experience this LAN experience at a very early age?
I must say it's good. Like, obviously myself and a few others, we've been in the scene for now, I think 5-6 years. So we were also there once starting in the beginning, and eventually some of us are going to move on. So it's good to see that there are newcomers, and especially that the schools are getting involved in esports. I think that's a major boost for the community and the esports scene. As it will, they probably look up to us and eventually want to be like us one day. So I think it's a good initiative that they started.
Fantastic. And going into this weekend, I mean, how are you feeling? And you say you're feeling confident, so I mean, will we seeing that podium finish?
Hopefully top 3. Previous 2 LANs that come 2nd and 5th. So hopefully we can get a top 3.
Fantastic
Definitely
stuff.
keen for it.
Awesome stuff. I'm really excited. So that has been Psycho. Let's see what he can conjure up this weekend in the AGC Fortnite Open event. See you in the next one. So Psycho really has been a local pro player that has just been growing strength to strength from the first time he started competing. It's so great to be able to see him compete at the AGC event. But aside from that, let's get into our results for Fortnite as a whole at AGC. Going into our schools side of things, in Fortnite we had a trio event, and these are the schools that came out on top. In 4th place, we had Kuro Brackenfell A that came out just 4th, missing out on that podium position. Then we had Hoërskool the Anker coming in 3rd place. 2nd place, we had PRG Alpha, who took 2nd place, and our winners, who we'll actually be chatting to later, Edgemead High School. And further from that, in our Fortnite Open solos, we had Luke's come out in 4th position, just missing out on that podium position. And then in 3rd place, bronze is going to be Aviva. Neymar coming out in 2nd. Neymar, one of the best Fortnite players within the scene, but this time round being bested by Reepsy, and Reepsy taking the AGC crown and coming out on top, number 1. And that is our results for the AGC Fortnite events that took place. And now it's time for my winner interview with Edgemead High School, who were the school that came out on top in the Fortnite Trios event. I had a conversation with the team captain as well as coach, getting their thoughts after their win. Let's take a look. What is happening, folks? I am here with Edgemead, and Edgemead have really accomplished an amazing feat here at the AGC event. But before we get into any of that, gentlemen, how about we introduce ourselves, starting with you?
My name is Rohit Hartley, and I go to Edgemead High School.
Fantastic. And yourself, Mr. Sir?
Thorn Klainsmith, a teacher at Edgemead High School.
Fantastic stuff. So, I'm really happy and stoked for you guys because you guys came out on top in your Fortnite event. And starting with you, sir, how does it feel to see your boys coming out on top, and what does this really mean for Edgemead?
Oh no, it's a great feeling for me. Obviously a huge accomplishment for the gents, going out and winning things. yeah, feel really, really good. And then it's just time for them to focus onto the next one, basically. Business as usual for us.
I love that. So it's like, it's just a start for you guys. Eh? It's just like sort of more of a foundation of what's to come for the school.
Well, we were at Comic-Con Cape Town previously, and we conquered that LAN event too. So yeah,
Ooh.
2v2 at the moment. 2v2 in the
Okay,
bag
so
for us.
we're just building from that.
We're just
Then-
building from there. It's stepping stones. We're moving on to the next one.
Yes. And with you, I mean, how does it feel, coming out on top at such a massive event for you and your team?
It actually is very shocking. But
Shocking?
yes, very
Okay.
shocking.
Talk me through that.
We saw a lot of competitors throughout everywhere, right? So basically, we were always confident no matter what happened to us. So you know what? We came first in Comic-Con, we came first again. So no matter what, we will always come on top.
Hey, I love that saying. You guys better keep that to your heart. So, with you and your team, how was the preparation coming into this? Did you guys feel nervous, and was it a bit tough to kind of get through those first few games?
We didn't feel nervous that much, actually. We were actually very confident. We had fun. We did everything. We just enjoyed ourselves.
It's fantastic stuff. And, going back to you, sir, so with all that's happened, coming through from all of this, what is the preparation as well for the boys coming into this, the weeks leading up to it? And what is it like when you arrived at the venue and you realize, AGC is actually happening?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, I won't lie, I'm always nervous. I think I'm more nervous for them than they actually are when they play in the game. So I'm always screaming from my side, trying to give as much as I can during the event. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I'm just glad that they pulled through. I wouldn't say they were nervous, but they were shivering. I think that's because it's really cold in the building.
I mean,
It's
we're all
extremely
shivering,
cold.
yeah.
Yes, it's extremely cold.
Fantastic, yeah. But let me not keep you too long. Just get warm and get cozy. But there are your winners for the AGC ASL Fortnite side of things. Well done to Edgemead, and thank you guys so much.
Go Edgemead.
There are your winners. Catch you in the next one. It really is exciting to see such amazing talents up and coming in the Fortnite space. These are the names and the future of esports locally, so don't forget their names. But moving forward from that, now it is time for gaming opportunities in your area. I'm going to say this time and time again so you don't forget. The Kuro Clash LAN is upcoming this October. Get your teams signed up. If you're a school, get ready, because this one, once again, is going to be a firework show. So make sure you head over to the Kuro website, check out the Kuro Clash LAN, get your school signed up and ready to compete. And further from that, it is still shift season. It's our final stop before Canal Walk. The past few months with the Shift gaming experience have been ones to remember. It's been banger after banger across Joburg and Cape Town, with Shift hitting multiple malls. Next weekend, Shift hits Cape Gate Mall in Cape Town. Make sure you pop in, sign up, and compete in EAFC 24, Street Fighter 6, and more, while taking on challenges trying to win multiple spot prizes available. So I hope to be seeing you there. Alright, and now it's time to take a breather, take a short break, plug in our controllers. But on the other side of this, I have my interview with one of the sponsors of the AGC event, the Toyota Gaming Engine. I'll see you on the other side. What is happening, folks? Now we're back with our interview, and I am joined by a very, very special guest. I have the Vice President of Marketing from Toyota Gaming Engine, the man himself, Glenn Crompton. How are you doing today, good sir?
I'm very well, thank you. And thanks for having me on your show.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. I've been having to, want this chat because, Toyota have been involved for quite some time in the background with a lot of esports stuff. But, for maybe people who don't know, who are TTG and what is the organization all about?
So TTE stands for the Toyota Gaming Engine, and it's something that we evolved over the last 5 years. We started with eSports in 2020, around about COVID timing. In fact, we were one of the first sponsors of a World Championship in Zwift.
Really?
We were one of the main sponsors, and I've always felt that there's an important place to develop this sport from being a fringe sport into a mainstream sport. And obviously Toyota is a mainstream brand.
Yeah.
So the Toyota Gaming Engine really evolved over time into a space where we are trying to build and help grow the esporting community.
That's fantastic. And we've kind of seen that growth slowly but surely because now you're actually now getting into the high school side of things.
Yeah.
So as a sponsor now of the AGC event, what's sort of the vision that TTGE might hold for the future going forward with regards to the high school and university space?
So that's a good question, and I think really the point of it is that what we want to see is that evolution and that transition from being this sort of, I think, quite scattered sport, and I think AGC really is a good partner to work with to sort of consolidate it and bring it into sort of a good space where everyone, it's a healthy space where everyone can get together. We've participated in a few school activations, but really what I want to see and what we want to see with the Toyota Gaming Engine is the sport growing, sport becoming a mainstream sport that gets the same kind of accolades that other sports do at schools. I mean, you get colors for football, you get colors for, and a lot of schools are still don't see e-gaming or esports as a real thing.
That's up a level.
And really, I think for the vision for us would be to see that transition where people actually see esporting on the same level as other traditional sports. And if we can play a part in making that happen, then that's really our vision.
Yeah, and that sort of can be the whole idea of just wanting to create a space that, in a sense, promotes sustainable growth, right? So you guys, I assume, would want to be able to be that sort of cornerstone and pillar of trying to provide a bit of structure towards the space.
Yeah, very much so. I think one of the challenges that we see with the sport is it's very fragmented. I mean, there's so many different types of games sports that they play.
Yeah.
And to really find that sort of theme that pulls it all together is quite a challenge.
Yeah,
and I've got the
definitely.
utmost respect for the guys at AGC. I mean, they've been at it for quite some time now, and if we can play a role in developing it and growing that and making it the real sport, then it's job done.
Ah, beautiful. So the next one is a really interesting one. So the barrier of entry, we all know, it's there. It's a massive issue at times, but you guys recently, bust in 8 different schools to come to the AGC event. Is that sort of one of your guys' ways of kind of trying to tackle that barrier of entry and allowing for more people to get involved?
Yeah, it is a challenge. Unfortunately, probably this tends to lean into the sports, sort of more expensive side of sports. Unfortunately, you do need some basic equipment. So it does feel a little bit that what can we do as a brand to try and make sure that it's not a sport that's reserved for people with money or with access to finance. So, I mean, everything that Toyota does, we try and make sure that we do it in a fair and equitable manner. And it's not enough, but it's definitely part of our vision is to try and make sure that not only is it's a mainstream sport, but it's an inclusive sport.
Yeah.
So doing sort of things like in bringing people with less fortunate access to computers to these kind of events is our way, but also looking at how we can build communities or support the communities to grow in that way as well is also very important for us.
Yeah, because I mean, at the same time, it's in a sense showing that it shouldn't be just for one demographic. It should be for everyone, right? And that's really something I love to see. And speaking on that, is this sort of a sign that TTGE might be, here to stay for a bit longer? Because, I mean, you guys have been involved in the mainstream esports for quite some time now. And this is one of the few times where we all can see that, Toyota is involved at a massive school event. So is this kind of like the start of you guys doing more?
I believe so. I mean, at the end of the day, we are a business and we've got to see things grow. And from my perspective, what I've seen is the growth in the sport and the growth in the number of schools participating. I was speaking to Nick last night, and he was saying that I think from last year to this year, they've had a tenfold growth in the number of schools that are joining in. So I think it says that they were onto something, and that's something that we want to be part of that journey. So as I committed to Nick last night, for sure, as long as this shows structure and we've seen that growth in the participation and the inclusion of everybody in that participation, then for sure Toyota's going to be part of this journey.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's fantastic. But, folks, that has been my chat with the man Glenn. Thank you so much for joining me.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. All right, take care, gamers. It's been an absolute pleasure. This has been Gameplay. I have been Stara, and we'll catch you in the next one. Take care. GG's, gamers.